Hi guys, it's me UBprogrammer and welcome to this amazing video in which I will be explaining the source code and give you a working demo for 10 machine learning and deep learning amazing projects. Some are from machine learning, some projects are from deep learning concepts, and you can just check it out in the further video. And I want you to know, if you are enrolled in any bachelor or master program, you can contact me on this WhatsApp or email to discuss about your coursework or projects you are working on. Okay, so let's get started with our video. Thanks. Hey guys, it's me UBprogrammer and I am back with another project which is handwritten digit recognition, right? So we will be doing this project with the ANN, the deep learning model, artificial neural network, and let's just see how our app looks like, right? So let me just create a new terminal and execute our app, right? Okay, you can see I'm getting the warnings of GPU setup. We can totally ignore that if we don't have GPU, and this server has been created for us, right? And let's see. So this is the simplest UI you can get, and the title says handwritten digit recognition using ANN. So the project descriptions says that please upload an image of handwritten digit, and this intelligence will vary to predict what has been written on that image, right? So let's just choose a file or a image, right? Let me choose this one as an example, and let's just feed it to our model, and you can see our model has guessed it correctly. This image contains the digit 3, right? So whatever the digit it will be recognized, it will show us there, right? And let's just do one thing. I'll just open my paint, and I'll just write something there, right? Let's just write 5. Okay, and let's see if we feed it to our model and it will give us correct result or not, right? So if we save as a image as I don't know, input to our model, right, on the desktop, and just close it and give that digit to our model, right? And let's see if it's working or not. So you can see it has guessed it correctly or predicted correctly, right? So the model is working, and let's just see the code a bit. And if you want to discuss more about this source code, or maybe wanna get it as a downloadable file, so you can always contact me through the WhatsApp number or the Gmail, right? And these are given in the descriptions also, so you can check it out. Okay, let's discuss a little bit about our code. And you can see I have created obviously a Python notebook where I trained this model and save it as my model for future prediction. So I just use the dataset which is already present in the Keras, right? Keras is the library for deep learning. I'm sure you have an idea about it, and I'm just this dataset already is separated into the X train, Y train, and X test, Y test, right? So we just have to create the variables for us, and this is the format. Like, you can't do anything wrong about it, right? The syntax has to be followed. And then we can just show a sample from our
training set, which is like this 4, and then we are just creating our model because it's a multi-class classification problem, so we have to use the softmax layer as the activation layer in the last layer of our model, right? And then we are just compiling it and fitting it, right? So you can do this all this on your machine and collab also. So this is not a any heavy data set which will like consume a GPU or something like that, so you can easily run it on your machine. And if you have any problems, you can always contact me on the WhatsApp so that I can solve it for you. And then we are just making predictions, and the accuracy you can see I'm getting is 97.8%, and it can be obviously increased by using grid search CV or hyperparameter tuning and things like that, but I am happy with that because I just want to like deploy it on the Flask and create a project about it, right, where I can use any image, right? Okay, and then I just saved it my model as digit recognizer.h5 file, and you can see it is showing here. And then I just created a pipeline, a custom pipeline for any new image, if I save image as the uh, uh, from the snippet tool or maybe download it from somewhere, so I can pass it to my this pipeline, and it will convert it into numpy array for feeding it to model, right? And then I am just here testing the my pipeline so that it can like predict when it will be dealing with our Flask app. And then this is the code for our Flask app, and you can see we have like load the model from this keras dot load model function or method. And then we just if we are getting a file from our uploader, which is in the uploader template, if we are getting file from this, right, uh, then we are just parsing it here and giving it to our pipeline. This is the same pipeline which I have showed you in the this testing pipeline notebook, right? So this pipeline and this pipeline is the same, right? And we are just saving our result, which will be like the value of the digit predicted by our model, and this commented is the also the same pipeline. So let's just get rid of it, and yeah, we are just executing it by app.run, right? And then we are just passing our result, which is predicted digit, and the input image whatever user has input. And in the uploaded.html template, we are just showing our input image and the result, which is predicted digit. And these like brackets shows that it will be a variable, right? And this value can be changed. And index image, what it contains is like it is containing a form through which we can upload image, right? And it will be passed and then to our pipeline, then to our uploaded.html. So that was it, guys. I hope you like it, and if you want to talk more about this project or maybe you want the source code, you can always contact me on the WhatsApp, and I will just arrange a Zoom explainer session, or maybe arrange some explainer sessions about other projects which you can recommend to me, and we will see you there. Hey guys, it's me UBprogrammer here, and today I'll be discussing about a project in which we can detect age and gender of the subject, right? So let's just run our app and see what we will be building in this tutorial. And if I just run straight the app, and this is a Flask app, right? So you got a title here, age and gender detection, and it's asking you to upload a file. And obviously you will be uploading a file which has a face, and the project descriptions actually says that please upload an image with a face, and this intelligent website will try to predict age and gender, right? And with the help of deep learning, right? So the model behind the actual scene is deep learning, and we have used the pre-trained model. So let's just uh, give you a demo. And here you can see I have a picture of Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister of India. And if I just upload this image and submit it, so you can see I got the results. And it's zoom in a bit. Yeah, that's the actual size. So you got the original image shown by our flask cat, and then it just processed the original image and detect the face, and gave a bounding box around that, and detect the gender and age, and you got the label as output image. So let's just zoom in a bit to see our prediction clear. So you can see our model has predicted this subject as male, and the age of the subjected subject is 38 to 43, right? So let's just give one more, and if we just reload it, you can see the cache has cleared. So if I just go down to my folder, I have a picture of Mr. Imran Khan, the ex-Prime Minister of Pakistan, and just submit it, and you can see the original image and the output image. And if we zoom in a bit, this image, you can see model has successfully predicted that this man is a male, and subject is a male, and the age is 25 to 32, which is like quite less than his actual age. But yeah, the lightning and the other parameters of the image can definitely affect the behavior of the model, right? So you can see the maybe the image has just recognized the white hairs on the face, and that's why it's predicting 38 to 43. I don't know the actual age, but yeah, we are getting results, right? So it's mainly about the deployment. So whenever you are trying for a position in data science or machine learning, so the actual practical aspect of that job will mostly be the deployment, and right. So the image building, let's just discuss about it. This was the flask app. Let's just control C to quit. And yeah, so we have just used our models, which are like giving us the pre-trained weights. The model is called the cafe model, and yeah, we just use pre-trained weights of these models. If I can show you like this, so these are 6 models, and we just imported and use their weights to like detect, and then we just build a flask app to grab the image, make a uploader, and then processes with this deep learning model, and then our app will be like showing us the results, right? And this model is pre-trained, and this technique is called transfer learning, right? So, and the static directory in which the uploaded image and the output image will be saved, So you can see the image is this and output is this, right? And this exactly was being shown us to in this format, which I have just built by using the HTML and CSS, right? This was the small project. You can show this into your maybe school or whatever, wherever you want it. And to discuss more about this source code, uh, about this project, you can always contact me on WhatsApp, and I have given it in my website and description as well, so you can mail me, and the email is also provided, and you can text me on WhatsApp. So maybe we can arrange a Zoom explainer session to just give you a demo about the project and discuss more about source code, right? So this was it in this video. I hope you like the project, and uh, I will try to make some more projects and explainer videos in the future. So do subscribe the channel, UBprogrammer, and I will meet you in the next video. Thanks.
Hey guys, it's me UBprogrammer here, and today I am back with another project which is traffic sign classification system, or you can say traffic sign detection system, right? So let's just run our Flask app and see what we have built, right? And if I run my app.py, I am getting warnings because I don't have GPU setup on my machine, and so let's just ignore that because we have already trained our model on Colab, right? And you can see our user interface of the model, which is quite simple because we just wanna deploy it on Flask somehow, right? And what the project description says, like, upload the image of a traffic symbol and we will predict what it means, right? Our machine learning model predict what it means, right? We obviously know that. And if we choose image of this symbol, which is turned right, right? We obviously know that, but let's see if our machine knows that, or if our machine learning model predicts it's right or not, right? So you can see the traffic sign means turn right ahead, right? And I have used like bootstrap mainly for the CSS part, so because I just wanna focus on the deep learning part, right? Coding. And if I just do prediction on another image, just turn left ahead obviously, and it is given turn left, and then I just run one more, and you can see it is a blurry image, but our machine learning model can predict it, right? This speed limit 50 km per hour, and see it, right? So let's just see our code, and first of all fill our terminal, and here notebook, right? Okay, so here I just ported the libraries which I will be using in the project ahead, and then I am loading my dataset. And this part, the training part, I have done on the Colab, right? Because obviously it is CNN, a heavy model, and the dataset was also huge, and I can't like execute on my own machine because of like I don't have GPU and hardware. So you can see the classes in our dataset. So let's just uh, show you this. Yeah. So we have like classes, and I have put it in a dictionary. 43 classes we have in our project, and you can see each class contain different set of images within it, right?
So you can see 20 kilometer per head speed limit is one class which contains the images of that particular class, right? And just like that, we have 43 images, 43 classes which have different set of images for themselves, right? And then we just printed the distribution or plotted the distribution to see if our data set is how much balanced and not. So we are getting the idea it is balanced, and we will keep like care of that, take care of that. And here just I'm just like making a pipeline for uh, feeding the images to our model, right? And then uh, I have here. So I have like printed the model load summary, and you can see the layers and uh, other parameters of CNN which I have used, and then I have just fit this model on our data set, and I have entered accuracy somewhere. Yes, so 97% was the accuracy score which I got, and this can be like obviously improved by using other techniques, hyperparameter tuning and things like that. And grid search CV can also be helpful in this case, but I was happy with the 97%, and we can just deploy it on Flask, right? So to save our model, I use like a model.save, and then just save my model as my model.h5 file, right? And from this model, I can just load it anywhere and make some predictions on new images, right? So here I am like uh, making predictions. So I just load my model here and then make a prediction on that image, and you can see I am getting uh, this predicted sign belong to 34 class. So if I just check 34 class, it is turned left ahead, and this was the image was also the turn left ahead. So uh, and that's how we are like getting predictions, and then I just deployed it on a Flask app, and you can see here I am just uh, getting the result as the integer, which is like classes is the dictionary here, and I am like getting this number from my model, right? Model prediction. So I'm just passing this number into the classes to get the string, right? I hope you like know that. And if you like wanna discuss about this source code and other things about this project or any other project like that, you can always contact me from the numbers, WhatsApp number, and email in the description below, and we can just arrange a particular Zoom explainer session. And then what we have, yeah, let me show you the templates. So this is our bootstrap, and you can see we are like getting the input as a file and then saving it in our static directory, right? As we have configured it here, right? The upload folder is static, and then we are showing this as a sign name which is passed as result, right? So the result is the string, and we are passing it as the sign name in our uploader uh, template, right? So, and this is the input image. We have also like passing it from here, right? And this image will be like obviously inserted or uploaded by the user, right? So, and this was the user interface. So this was it, guys, and let me know if you wanna uh, know more about this project or any other project like that, or maybe wanna get the source code to somewhere. And you can like always contact me on this WhatsApp number, or maybe mail me at this number with my website, and I will reply you as soon as possible. Thanks. Hi guys, it's me UBprogrammer, and today I want to discuss about a deep learning project which is dog cat classifier. Right, so let's just run our app and see how it looks like. I've deployed it on Flask, and you can see I'm getting warnings because I don't have currently GPU setup on my machine, and it has successfully created our server. Right, so let's follow this URL, and this is our Flask app. Right, so what you have to do is like give the input as an image of a dog or a cat, and this machine learning or deep learning algorithm will find out and predict it's a cat or dog, right? That's the like main motive of the project, and you can see as the project description also says it. So let's just do one thing and uh, give it some input as this dog image. We know that it's a dog, but let's see, our machine learning program has also says this image contain dog. So this value will be like changing as the image will change, right? And let's see if we give an image of a cat and submit it, so you can see that this image contains a cat. So this is the projects. Let's do one thing, that uh, let's just search dog and try some random image from the internet, right? Which dog, let's see how this one goes. Let me save this one on my desktop as, I don't know, INP, and okay, and let me just give this image as an input and see how our algorithm works on that, right? And if I submit it, this image contain dog. So because the accuracy which we got was around 98%, so this will work properly, right? And let's see our code, and for this source code as a downloadable file, or maybe you want to get a Zoom explainer session, you can always contact me on this WhatsApp, or maybe mail me at this Gmail, and I will try to arrange a Zoom explainer session for that, right? Or maybe you want to just get the source code of this, right? You can check out the description. So let's just discuss about source code a bit. This was the like my notebook on which I trained and export the model as doccat classifier.h5 file, right? It is opening up, and is taking a time. Let's discuss about this one first. So I just created a model uh, on my inputs as training data. Let me just show you where we have training data and where it was. Yeah, so this was the training data. I downloaded it from Kaggle. I will give the description in the I will give the link in the description below, right? You can also download it from there, and you can see we have 25,000 images in total. and exactly 12,500 for cats and 12,500 for dogs, right? So this was our data set, and we trained a model, or you can say we just tuned the model, tuned the weights of pre-trained model uh, on this data set, because we have used transfer learning for our project, right? And this file has also opened. You can say I have like printed the number of uh, images in my dataset with the help of Python OS library. And then let me see if I can run this. Yeah, and then if I just show you, these are the file name, image names, right? And let's just clear this output, and you can see I have shown some images, and you can see 12,500 was dog and 12,500 was for cat, right? Then we have to obviously resized all the image for like giving it as an input to our model, because the model we have used accept a particular files, particular size of the images as 224 by 224, right? So we have just resized it, and then we just label is that cat is equal to 0 and dog is equal to 1, just to like give a numeric representation to our data set, right? And then we have just converted into numpy array, because we are obviously giving it to our model as an array, and then train test supplet, then scaling the dataset, and then we have used this mobile net model, which is like pre-trained CNN, and we have imported this model as, and we have just tuned the weights according to our dataset, right? And this approach will like always give you the better accuracy. And if I just show you, yeah, the test accuracy was 0.97%, right? So around 98% you are getting the accuracy, right? And then we have just check our model if it's doing the predictions. And then for the deployment, I just make a pipeline like to handle the new images which we will upload on our app, right? I just let me just show you where. So we just saved our model as model.save and doccat classifier.h5, and you can see the file here. Then we just loaded our model, and you can see we have this pipeline on which the new image will work, right? So if you just change the image file name here, the result will change accordingly, right, according to the predictions of our model. And then if I can show you in my app.py file, I have implemented this exact same pipeline which was there, right? But we are just storing the result in a result variable and then passing it in the render template to show it on the on our web app, right? And if I can just show you in my uploaded, where I am showing you the result, so you can say this result will change according to the predictions of our model, right? And first of all I will show the image and then the results. So that was it, guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you want to like discuss more about the source code or maybe want to download it, you can always contact me or text me at this WhatsApp or mail me. And for these other projects of machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, I will be always available to help, right? Thank you for watching this video. Hi guys, it's me UBprogrammer, and today I will be discussing about a project which can detect about the heart disease, right? So let's just run our app and see what we have built. So this is the Flask app, and we have started the server, and this is the like simple UI for the app, and it's asking about some parameters about your health, and then it will predict whether you are a heart patient or not, right, with the help of obviously machine learning algorithms. So let's just give some input, and for this project I want like you to know that domain knowledge plays an important role, right? You have to know like serum cholesterol and resting blood pressure or whatever the other parameters of health are, right? And you have to like have the information about them in order to like do feature engineering and other stuff. So I just googled them about them a bit and got a like mandatory knowledge, and let's just give some parameters like male and zero relative blood pressure. Okay. So I really don't have like much idea about these values, but for the sake of our deployment of this machine learning project, I just like googled them about a bit, right? But you are, yeah, so you are not a heart patient, and if the values you like you adjust it according to heart patient or like abnormal values, so you will get like you are a heart patient, right? And let's just see the code and see. uh, Let me just open notebook from where I have exported a model, right, and do the training part. So importing libraries, and this is the data set hard.cv. I'll be giving a link in the description, or you can always contact me through WhatsApp, right, through WhatsApp, or mail me at this email, right? And this was the data set. So you got age, sex, and these other parameters like cholesterol and some other thalassemia situation and other stuff like that, right? And uh, so I just did some EDA on this, and then I just make my input and output variable by the indexing, and then the train test split, and when I applied the logistic regression I got the accuracy about 85%, right? So this was like good enough for me for the deployment purpose and like as a practice project. uh, so I just imported that model, and you can try other models as well, right, to improve the accuracy, or you can just ask me to do it, right, do it for you. And then we are just printing the result, right? And let's just see how we deployed it, right? So we are getting these values and storing the values in the variables from our website, right, from this part, right? So whatever the user will enter here will be stored in these variables, and then we are just giving this as the input data, and then the input data has to be converted into numpy array in order to be fed into the model, right, which we have imported here, pickle.load, right? And then we are just, if prediction is equal to 0, then obviously not a heart patient, because target variable 0 represent not a heart patient, and else result is equal to a heart patient. And then we are just concatenating this string with the template where we are just showing this UR and then result, and result is what I have already shown you, that result is this string, right? So this was the project, and this was the the pipeline which I just made here uh, while predicting system, right? And this was the project through which you can uh, enter health parameters and check whether the person is a heart patient or not and predict it, right? So you can get this source code by contacting me, or maybe mail me at this email, or do the WhatsApp, and check out the description to get the source code, right? Thank you. Hey guys, it's me UBprogrammer here, and today I am gonna be discussing about a project which is student marks prediction. So let's just jump right into what we have and what we are gonna build. So if I run my Flask application, it will create a server for us, and we will visit this website, right? And this can be obviously hosted online. So this is like main interface of the project. I want to tell you guys, this is a very beginner friendly project. So if you are new into data science or machine learning, so you can contact me with the contact numbers below, and I will be discussing more about the source code and other things about this project, right? So this is the Flask application, and you can see I got the navbar here, and the heading says student marks prediction, and I have added a little bit description about the project. So what you have to do in order to use this application is enter the study hours per day, right? So how much you are gonna spend in studying, right? How much time you are gonna spend in studying per day, and obviously the 1 to 12 hours is should be range, and we can't study more than 12, or maybe some other some people can, right? But this is like general, and this intelligent website application will try to predict your marks percentage for the exam with the help of machine learning algorithm, right? And let's just write a number. So let's say I will study 4 hours a day, right, for my exam, and a machine learning algorithm say you will get like 66.19% in your exam. Good luck, right? So how this like machine learning algorithm works, and why this is saying like I am getting 66.19%, because we already gave our machine learning algorithm a data. Let's just do one more prediction and we'll talk about code. Yeah, you can see if I just increase my number of hours, so this is obvious, like I'm getting more marks, right, in my exam. So let's just go to our main project, and as a data scientist you should know that, let me close it down, you should know that for making the project and do like data analysis, you should use Jupyter notebook, which is like IPYNB Python notebook. And so let's talk about code now, right? So I imported the libraries which will be like I'll be using further. So what was my data, right? So let me just show you my data. It contains the study hours and the student marks, right? So if a student is studying like 6.83 hours, or you can say 7 hours, he is getting 78.5. I just took it from Kaggle. I think you should know about it, right? You all have the idea about Kaggle. And I just loaded the dataset, and you can see our dataset contain two variables, or you can say one feature and one label, right? This is the label, student marks, and this is the feature. And you can see we have like 9 values, and these empty values should be taken care of. We will take care of further in the project. And this was the head, and this was the tail of our data set, and shape and all that, and like info, basic info, the stats, basic stat about the project. And I have already made videos about these in my other channel, so you can just google about it, or maybe uh, call me with my number in the description below, right, if you have any doubts about the project. Okay, so we just plotted student study hours and student marks in our matplotlib library, and you can see a linear relation. So as the study hours increases, student marks are also increasing, right? And then you can see we have some null values. So I'm just replacing it with the mean, right? The average of the study hours. I have replaced these non values, and you can see fill NA, and I have filled it with the mean of the study hours, right? And then we just do the train test splitting, and then we train our model on that. I just applied the linear regression, and the accuracy was good enough for me. So I just wanted to deploy it on Flask and like get the idea of the variables which I am using, right? Like how to send data from HTML to Flask, and Flask to HTML, and deal with that data with the help of machine learning algorithm, right? This was the main motive of the project. And yeah, so we just fit our machine learning model on our training data, and then we do some predictions on the y predict, like our test variables, our test data set, you can say. And then we just concatenate these two variables, which was like original marks and the predicted marks. So you can see 82 was original percentage the student was getting, and our model predicted that the student will get 83.1, right? So there is very little like difference, right? And then I just find the accuracy of my project, which is 95%. Not bad, but this accuracy can definitely be increased by using other models for regression. So we can always do that, right? And you can see the like we are getting almost 10 to 12 decimal places, right? And this this percentage will be like we will tune it into up to 2 decimal place. So I will tell you how, right? And then we just for verification purpose, how our data is like our model is performing, we just plotted it, and you can see we are getting a linear relationship again, right? And then I just dump our model and make a pickle of our model with the help of joblib, and you can see I got this file, right? And okay, this file I'm getting, and then I can just use my model and make predictions, right? With the help of like this command. And now the main thing after you like make a model is deployment, right? Because nobody is going to see your notebook and like do stuff with your code in this command line, right? You have to give them a web application to which user can interact, right? So I just make a Flask app which is like rendering a template. Let me show you the template, and I use Bootstrap for the CSS part, because I mostly focus on the machine learning algorithm and that part only. Okay, so there's a form which asks the for the study hours, and then the study hours will be passed into this variable, right? Uh, and then this study hours is a string. We have to convert it into an integer in order to feed it into our model, right? So then we are like, this is the same command. If you just recall it, like this command, this 5 is you can say replaced by the whatever number of study hours the user will enter, right? And then with the help of this command, string formatting, we are just uh, limiting the floating value up to 2 decimal place, right? And then we are rendering this template display HTML with the marks, right? We are like passing the marks into display.html, and in display.html you can see I have like written this you will get, and then this marks whatever our model will be like giving the result. With the help of this predict function we are displaying it there, right, in your exam. Good luck. So this was the project, and if you like want to talk about the source code, or maybe wanna get it, or uh, do some other projects like that, and you want a mentorship program, do like the video and contact me from WhatsApp, right, or mail. Like you can go to my website, and you can see my WhatsApp number or mail, and I have written that in my description also. So that's it, guys. For today, I will come back with the next project very soon. Hi guys, it's me UBprogrammer, and today we will be discussing about a machine learning project which is wine quality prediction system, right? So let's just run our Flask app and see what we have built, right? So I'm starting Flask app, go to the server, and this is the UI of our app. So it's a simple form which is asking for some parameter, obviously, which you can get some idea if I can show you the link of the dataset, right? Okay, so this was the dataset on which the whole app is built, and you can get some idea about all these columns from this link, right? I'll be sharing this with you in the description below, right? And let's just put some values. uh, let's do one thing, that if I can show you my notebook from where I did the EDA and all with the data. And yeah, so from here we can just copy paste some values, because I don't know about all the values of all this stuff, but yeah, you should do some research about the domain on which you are working with, right? So if you are working with the data about wine, so you should have some idea about all these parameters, right? But for the sake of this demo video, I will just try to copy paste these and see if the results we are getting is same according to our data, right? Okay, let me just copy paste it. Okay, last parameter, let's just put the value and hit this submit. So you can see we are getting you have bad quality one, right? And this was obviously the result. You can see here also bad quality one. So it's clear, right, that our application is working well. Let's see how we have built this model. And if I can show you the data set, which was this, I loaded it into Jupyter notebook, then some EDA on it, and then applied random forest classifier model, right, which will always like give you better accuracy than other regressor model. You can always like play around with it. Random forest classifier, and we got the accuracy about 93.1%. And then we have just deployed it into our Flask app. So these are all the features which we are getting from the user from our app in the index, right? So this was the form. We are getting these features and storing these values in these variables and then giving it into our input to our model, right? And then whatever the result will be like stored in the result variable, and then we are passing this variable into our display template, right? So this result will be shown as you can see here. And you can always like if you want this source code, or maybe you want a Zoom explainer session for this project or any project like that, you can always contact me on this WhatsApp number, or maybe mail me at this Gmail, and I will respond as soon as possible. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you. Hey guys, it's me UBprogrammer, and today I'll be discussing about a machine learning project which is a Mart sales prediction, right? So let's just see how our app look like. Here I am starting my Flask app, and it will give me a server. Here we have our server. Let's follow the link, and this is the simple UI of the app. And as the project description says, enter the required information, obviously about a product, and this intelligent web application will try to predict sales of concerned item, right, of the product. So let's just put some values. I'm just entering some random values. Okay, and these are just features of my training data, right? So yeah, let's choose some values, and when we hit this submit button, this data was will be filled into our model and machine learning model, and our result will be generated, right? So this will be a variable which will be changing according to prediction of our model, right? Okay, so yeah, let's just see the code and try to understand how we can create this, right? And if you want to like get this all source code, you can always contact me through this WhatsApp number, or maybe mail me at this Gmail, and I will reply you as soon as possible, right? And okay, so let's see the notebook first. And yeah guys, we can actually arrange some Zoom explainer session for all the code and for any project you like, right? Okay, so importing libraries, loading the data set. You can see the data set, some first rows, and you can see the these are the same parameters which we are getting through user, right, from our app. And some info about dataset, and you can see we got null values, missing values, so we have to handle that. We will just use the mean imputer for this missing values issue, right? And then we are just handling the missing values, and you can see we got no missing value this time, right? Then some EDA on our data set, which is like obvious if you wanna build a perfect model. And then you can see I am removing some columns because these columns will not be like helpful in our model building, right? These columns don't play any like significant role in the sales of the item, right? So we will just ignore or remove these columns, and this is the data set which we will be training our model on, right? And then I am just printing the unique values. I'll be telling you why I did that. And then with the categorical features, I just apply the label encoder, right, from the sklearn, obviously. And then we got converted our categorical features into numerical form, right? Numerical form. Okay, so here I am like again displaying the unique values, and yeah, so then we are just making the input and output variable, and on the model training we just trained a separate, and then we applied XGBoost regressor model, and you can see the accuracy was 0.84, which is 54%, not bad. But we applied random forest regressor, and this gave us the accuracy about 93.6%, right? So we just make a pickle of that model random regressor as a sales predictor.pkl, which is this file you can see, right? So let's talk about deployment and why I am like displaying these unique values again and again, right? So you can see I am getting these features, these variables from the form which I have in my index in my home page, right? And these values like low fat has a value of 0. So let's understand this concept, right? So let's just check. So this is the fat content, right? And you can see this fat content has the value of low fat is equal to 0 and regular is equal to 1, right? So you can see if we count the values, it is giving a 5517 belongs to 0 and 3006 belongs to 1. And when we go before that label encoder, we can clearly see that 5517 was low fat and 3006 was regular, right? So I applied this concept into my deployment part, and item fat content in this variable, in this features, I got low fat is equal to 0 and regular is equal to 1. So whenever a user will select, let me just go to, okay, whenever user will select low fat, and I'm selecting low fat, what value will be like I'm giving to my model will be 0. And how I'm doing this, I'm just declaring it here, right? And then this value will be saved, 0 will be saved into this variable, right? And so on with all the other these three categorical features, right? And yeah, so this was the app, guys. I hope you like this project, And if you want me to arrange a Zoom explainer session for a private session, you can always contact me through these numbers and I'll be ready to help. Thanks. Hi guys, it's me UBprogrammer, and today I wanna discuss about a project which is Islamabad house price prediction. So let's just start our app and see what we have built and how it's look like, right? So you can see it is starting out and we got our server. So let's follow this link and you can see the interface of our app. So this is the simple app, and as the project description says, like, you have to enter the required fields and it will predict the house price for you. Okay, so let's select some parameters for our model, and let's say I want a house in a sector F6. Okay, it's the location in the Islamabad, and I want area in Marla as, let's say, 5 Marla. So I want, and who don't know Marla, for those just you can get the idea in the square feet, right? So 5 Marla will equal to this much square foot. Okay, and number of bathrooms, let's say 3, number of bedrooms, let's say 3. Okay, so when I hit this submit button, all of these parameters will be fed to our model, right? And you can say you have to pay. So this price was like predicted by our model to buy a house of, and that was the information which we have put in the website, right? And good luck. Yeah, so let's just change a bit, and let's say if I just increase some modulas, so as the area increase, price should increase. So let's see. Yeah, we have to pay a lot, right? So it's in lakhs, and you have to pay like 113 lakh in order to get. Okay, and let's just change area a bit, let's say E11, and submit it. So you can see price is increased. So one of the reason can be like E11 is the most posh area than the F6, right? So that can be a reason, and our model has recognized the pattern in that, right? So let's see how we have built our model and what was our data set. And let me just close this one. We will come to this one later, how the deployment part. Let's see the notebook on which we have performed the exploratory data analysis part, right? So I'm just importing the libraries, and this was my data set which I got from Kaggle. I will give the description link in the description so that you can do things on it, right? And that was the head of our data. So let me just close it, and you can see that it got price, it got location, it got city, and it was the dataset for whole Pakistan, right? So I am just interested in the Islamabad for this project, so I will just choose this rows with only city as Islamabad, right? And we will do it in a bit. Okay, so these was like the variables which I got from the data set, and it was collected by zameen.com, right? So we can say it's a variable source, right? Okay, and here you can see like I am only selecting rows which in which city is equal to Islamabad, right? So I can't like I am not interested in the prices of whole Pakistan, so I am just doing it for Islamabad, right? And then I am just property type is equal to house, right? So I don't want flat in our data set, or I don't want like plot which is like which will like create a big difference in prices, right? And then we have like purpose for rent or for sale. It will create a lot of impact if we just do it for both. So I am just interested in house price prediction, so I am just doing it for purpose for sale, right? And then house price, I am just dividing my house prices by a lakh, right? Because this was like a very bigger number. You can see, if we can see the price, yeah. So this is like 1 crore, right? And you can see like these zeros will confuse our model, right? So we have to like get it in scale. And then I just create a box plot to see the outliers in our price. And you can see after 4,000 it's quite you can say these are the outliers, right? So I'm just removing those and then just printing the shape. And then yeah, so this was the column, the first column, which is unnamed, and we obviously want to remove that. So here I am removing that column, and some of the other columns which will like don't impact the price of the house, like latitude, longitude, we can't do things with that, and page URL or location ID. So these things are just not useful for our model prediction and model performance, right? So we just got our clean data set as price, location, number of bathrooms and number of bedrooms and total area, right? So this is in the square foot, right? But as we know, like we deal in marlas in Pakistan, so I just take care of that in my deployment part. And then I am just saying how many location or how many societies we have in our data set, and it's quite a lot, right? So I will just import these in my deployment with the help of Jinja templating for the right. And then I am just these and you can see we got the ISB data.csv. So these cleaned data set will be like exported into that file. And then we are just doing some other like getting the idea about our data. And then what we are doing is like selecting our X and Y for the model feeding or model training, and then just importing some models and doing the train test split, and then I am just applying a model, right? So on the location, as we know, like we have very unique values, so we just created one hot encoder for that in our pipeline, right? And then I just applied the linear regression, and you can see the accuracy I'm getting was 69.9% or 70%, right? It is quite low, so we have to increase it. And with the lasso regression I got the same accuracy, right? Nothing changes here. And with the ridge regression I got almost same, right? So I just changed my algorithm, and like random forest regressor just worked like a magic on my data set, and it got me 86.7%, which was quite good enough for me, as we are doing a practice project only. We can obviously increase that by doing some other analysis on our data and like creating some more features with that. And but we are good with 86.7% for now. And then we are just making a pickle of our model as ISB house price predictor.pkl, and you can see I got the file as here. And let's go to the deployment part. And by the way guys, you can contact me for this source code, and I will try to arrange a Zoom explainer session if you want to do it, right? So yeah, so we are just setting up our directory as static because we want to show that image, this image, and then we are just loading our model. And then if we are getting the post request, which we will get from our index, right? And because index has a form, let me show you. Index has a form, where it is, yeah. So you can see this form will send a post request to display, and we are saying if you are getting a post request, so save the values in these variables, and then we are passing these values as the parameters, right, for our model. And then we are just predicting this result with the input, as we are getting the location, the bathrooms, number of bathroom, bedroom, and marla entered by user. And for the marla part, I just multiplied the one marla by 273 to get in the square foot, because in our original data set it was in square foot, so we have to take care of that. And you can see we have to multiply it by 272.3. so we just I just multiplied it to 73, right? And then we are just limiting our float value to up to 2 decimal place. And on the display we are just showing our predicted price as this price, and the marla entered by user, the location, the bedroom entered by user, and the bathrooms entered by user, right? So this was it guys for today, and I hope you like the project. And if you interested in the source code, or maybe you want to show it somewhere, or wanna arrange a Zoom explainer session for this part, I can obviously do that. You can contact me on this WhatsApp, or maybe mail me at this Gmail, and visit my website. So thank you. Hi guys, it's me UBprogrammer, and today I am back with another project, which is image Cartoonifier. So let's just start our app and see how we can run our app, right? And this is a Flask app for our project, and image Cartoonifier app is live, right? And you can see as the project description says, upload an image, and this website will try to convert it into a cartoon with the help of machine learning and OpenCV. And in particular we are using an algorithm, k-means clustering, for machine learning part, right? So let's just give it some input, and yeah, okay. So let's give the picture of Imran Khan into the app, and you can see it is processing the OpenCV, and machine learning part is being done, and we will see the results in a bit, right? Yeah, so we got the results, and you can see the cartoon image look like this, right? It is it can be better, of course. When I will be discussing about code, you can change the parameters, but for the sake of the uploading it to Flask and displaying it, we are good enough for now. Let's do one more with the Mr. Modi, and let's see how we are getting the results. Okay, it is processing and you got the results. This was the original image and the cartoon image. Let's do one thing, guys. Let's just download an image of Trump. Which one? Maybe this one. And let's just download it as JPG or maybe PNG or whatever you like, right? Name it as Trump and save it, right? And let's do this on Trump. What happened with the file? Okay, Trump.jpg, and let's save it. Should be there, yeah. So this file was, I don't know, maybe corrupted or somehow. Okay, so let's do it on Trump image and see how we can get the results. So it depends on lightning also, the lightning effect on your image, the original image. It can like vary from image to image, right? And okay, yeah, so we got the result something like that, but you can see his coat and tie are like Cartoonifier, right? But the face is not original or somehow not perfect, right? But yeah, for the sake of project we are fine with that. Let's just discuss the code. And yeah, let's see our notebook first. So we are using OpenCV and NumPy, of course, for mathematical arrangements to the images. And we are using machine learning part with the help of OpenCV, right? So here I have like declared a function of making clusters, right? So it will use k-mean clustering algorithm of machine learning, and access is through the OpenCV, right? So we are not like importing a library from sklearn or something like that, but we are using machine learning from within the OpenCV. Yeah, so let's just, yeah, this was the code for function for detect the edges, and this was the function for making clusters. And let's discuss what a cluster is, right? So whenever you like work with the k-means clustering, it always makes some clusters according to your choice. So we are just randomizing this number of clusters. Like this coat will be one cluster, and this face will be one cluster, the tie will be of one cluster, and this will be like recognized or arranged by k-means clustering automatically, right? Because we have randomized this part, right? You can see from here random centers. So the centroid points are randomized, and we are getting results as based on machine learning algorithm, right? We are not doing this manually. Okay, and let's discuss the flask app. So we are just getting the file and saving it into our static folder and renaming it, then giving it to our OpenCV pipeline, and then just writing it again as cartoon.jpg, and then we are displaying it into our templates, right? So that was it, guys, for today. I hope you like the concept and video, and you can always like contact me on this WhatsApp or maybe mail me at this Gmail if you want to display the session or maybe want the source code of the projects and other projects like that, and I will respond you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching the video.